Hello friends, welcome to today's update on income tax. Well, as income tax return filing for assessment year 21-22 is approaching, it is pertinent to note that there is an amendment in section 43B and section 36. Section 43B of the Income Tax Act provides a list of expenses which can be claimed as deduction from the business income. According to Section B, if any sum towards employer's contribution, let me repeat, sum towards employer's contribution to any PF, ESI or superannuation fund or gratuity, or for that matter, any fund for welfare of the employees is actually paid by the SSC on or before the due date of furnishing the return of income, then the SSC would be entitled to a deduction under Section 43B. Now, as far as Section 36(1)(5)(a) is concerned, an employer is eligible to claim the deduction if the employee's contribution, let me repeat, employee's contribution is credited in the specified account within the due date as provided under the relevant statute. In spite of the fact that Section 43B purely speaks only of the employer's contribution and does not cover employee's contribution, there are many courts or judicial rulings which have applied the provision of Section 43B on employees' contribution as well and allowed the deduction to employer even if the employee's contribution is deposited within the due date of filing the return of income. In case if it is deposited within the due date of filing the return, it has been allowed, by many of the judicial rulings. To provide clarity and certainty on non-applicability of Section 43B on employees' contribution, the provision of Section 36(1)(5)(a) has been modified to include the explanation. An amendment has been brought in to include the explanation that provision of Section 43B shall not apply for the purpose of determining the due date under the clause. Further, provision of Section 43B has been amended to include explanation that provision of Section 43B shall not apply to a sum received by the SSC from his employee. So to summarize, now it is clear that employees' contribution to a specified fund will not be allowed as a deduction if it is not deposited within the due date as specified in their respective statute or act. The expenditure will be disallowed if it is not deposited within the due date. Well, it is also to be noted that unlike Section 43B, which allows deduction in the year of payment, no deduction will be allowed under Section 36(1)(5)(a), that is relating to employee's contribution, even when if it is deposited any time after the due date. Thank you friends for watching this video. Thank you.